Hello, and welcome back to Violet Memoir. We're still here at the pool hanging out with the new lion lad, I guess, and still with I almost said Otter, as if that was like his name. No, Josh. His name is Oscar. I don't know. It's fine. Before I even have a chance to reply to either of them, Oscar pulls me towards the changing room, and Selwyn dives back into the pool. Is this really happening? There's no way. Everything's moving so fast, but despite my better judgment, I'm actually having fun. Is that okay? Am I allowed to have fun here? Dark thoughts bang at the edge of my mind, but I push them down, focusing on the coming proximity to Oscar and the soothing heat coming off him. It's surprisingly easy to ignore them when he's around. The empty changing room is a completely different atmosphere than the constant ambience of the pool area and the gym it shares with shares the building with. The only sound I can hear is the splashing of showers. The only other occupant of the changing room that's not currently using a shower, an older looking tiger, passes by the two of us to leave as we enter. Without thinking, I quickly hide the Speedo behind my back, letting Oscar lets out a loud laugh, drawing the attention of the tiger, and he gives us a confused look. Thankfully, he doesn't care enough to stop and turns into the pool area.
You're such a dork. You're at a pool. No one is going to think you're weird for wearing a Speedo.
It's just weird. I've never worn anything like this before. Let's get changed, please.
You're the boss.
Rushing my way over to the bench against the wall, I nearly slip on the wet floor, but I'm able to steady myself on the wall, avoiding what would have been an awkward accident at a minimum. I got to calm my nerves. I haven't really gotten changed with someone else since Marcus took me to Splashland for my 12th birthday. I always waited till everyone left in high school. Even now, I'm just staring directly at the corner between a locker and a wall. Glancing nervously over at Oscar, I see he's already got his shirt off and is beginning to undo his pants. This is the first time I'm getting a full look of Oscar's upper body. He's shown off a lot, but I've never seen the full thing. Though he got pretty close to showing most of it off in the library. Subtlety has never been one of my strongest areas. Subtlety, that's what that is. He meets my eyes and gives me a wink, and he tosses his shirt onto the bench next to him.
I don't mind giving a show, but I'm getting some real mixed signals here.
I know he's only teasing, but I can't stop the twinge of guilt that I might be potentially leading him on. Am I leading him on? Is there no chance we might... That thought is pushed out of my head just as quickly as it came as Oscar begins to pull his pants down, forcing. I can't. Okay, forcing me to turn away to face the wall unless I see something there's no one seeing. I can practically feel his eyes on my back, and that anxious, handsome smile. Obnoxious, handsome smile spreads across his face. Things will get more awkward if he finishes, and I haven't even started. Mustering up my courage, I grab my shirt and...
Castle?
Before I can even get it over my head, a booming voice cascades over the wall from the entrance, the deep tones piercing down my bones, reminding me of a gruffer Lele. Standing in the doorway is a large crocodile. The blue and white vest and shorts he's wearing are just a little too snug to be the right size. It looks like a sports team's uniform. Those must be Everwinter's colors. He looks like he's around mid to late 30s, with a tall and wide body. At first glance, he looks to have a chubby stomach, but on closer inspection, there's definitely some muscle, especially around his tree trunk arms. Remembering what the two of us were just doing, I'm relieved to find he hasn't taken his shorts off yet. It's short-lived as I see Oscar's not wearing his usual variety of gleeful smiles. Instead, his expression is chillingly neutral. Stomping over towards the even taller otter, the crocodile only has to tilt his head up slightly to maintain eye contact. Tension rises between the two, and the atmosphere becomes very uncomfortable.
What do you think you're doing? I'm going for a swim. What does it look like? It never hurts to get more practice in, right, coach?
Despite the lackadaisical words, Oscar's face doesn't portray any of the fun or excitable personality he usually has. The crocodile, who looks to be the coach of the swim team, doesn't seem fazed by the way Oscar is acting. In fact, he doesn't look to be reacting at all other than letting out an agitated hoof.
What did I tell you about overworking yourself, Castle? I'm just going for a swim. I'm not overworking myself. Don't think I don't know when you come in and out of here. You're here every morning and afternoon. You're putting too much stress on your body. It's fine. I can handle it.
There is noticeable irritation in Oscar's voice. The tense muscles on his arms and neck shows me that he's getting angrier. The sight of someone like Oscar being so viciously upset is, well, upsetting. It's upsetting. Even Oscar's more casual way of talking has disappeared, leaving only animosity to fill in that void. I'm not sure exactly what to do, so I pick up my bag and move closer to Oscar's side, hoping that my presence might help in some way. I'm able to see outside the locker room now, as Selwyn's leaning on the edge of the pool, staring at us with a worried expression on his face. Just how much does this happen for how much does this happen for someone to already be concerned?
It's not just about whether you can handle it. Look at this!
The reptile grabs Oscar's arms, his grip unmistakably firm. Despite the difference in their size and musculature, Oscar's unable to get his arm out of the crocodile's grasp. He flexes the Oscar's biceps, causing it to bulge with defined muscles that's likely been honed over long sessions. Normally, it's something that one would be proud of, but the sour look on both of their faces let me know this isn't a good sign.
You're already building up way too much muscle. You are already bigger than more people we take in, but gaining more is a bad sign, Castle. I told you already, it's fine. I can handle it. My times are still great. For now. But more muscle mass means your speed is going to take a hit. Why don't you just listen? It's not just me who notice, you know. The other teammates are beginning to worry and complain too. Coach, my time won't slow...
Oscar's excuses are cut off by the coach yanking his arm, causing the otter to lose his balance and nearly smacking his head against the reptile. Their faces are barely inches apart. Even though the crocodile is smaller, his presence is dominating Oscar's completely.
Listen here, I don't care about your ego or whatever. It is that's making you want to do this so badly, but it stops now. We took a big risk on you, Castle. Don't fuck this up for us. I don't care how good your grades are. If you fuck up this season, then it's on your ass.
The crocodile pulls away from Oscar, releasing his grip on his arm in the process, but Oscar makes no attempt to retort or respond. He only adjusts his shoulders while maintaining his stare so cold that it could snuff out the sun.
Get over whatever this obsession you have with swimming till you destroy your body. I understand your circumstances around.
The older man cuts himself off and glances over at me before his gaze softens, sympathy seeping into his voice. It paints a stark contrasting sound compared to the firm, not taking shit tone he wore.
Whatever happened before, but... you need to stop this. You're putting your team and your place on it at risk. No more multiple swims unless they're short. Do I make myself clear?
Oscar looks like he's about to break his teeth with how hard he's gritting them. Yeah, gritting them? Yes. His hands clenched tight enough to dig into the palms if his claws weren't weren't clipped so short. It reminds me of Lucas when he finishes his fuse in the library.
Clear enough.
With the intense atmosphere dissipating, the thick scent of Oscar registers my nose. He must be sweating pretty intensely for how much he's been riled up. He's strong. It's strong enough to burn even my sensitive nostrils. I did it again. I said nostrils instead of nose. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like half tired. You can't prove anything.
I'll catch you at the practice tomorrow. It's just basic drills and some endurance training. Don't swim that morning again.
With the conversation over, Oscar grabs his stuff and quickly stomps out of the door. I swear I can see tears in his eyes and his shoulders shaking, but he leaves before I can be certain. I'm alone with the crocodile, whose attention is on me now. His golden eyes roll over me as he sizes me up. It causes my breath to snag in my throat until his aggressiveness melts away into a more relaxed composure.
You must be a friend of his. I'm Coach Mays. Don't think I'm being harsh on him. He's overworking himself. I caught him here in the morning, doing hours of training. Then I caught him here in the afternoons, too, doing the same thing. He's gonna destroy himself.
I want to defend him, but there's nothing I can really say. I can't justify Oscar's actions for him, and from the way his gaze is lingering on the changing room exit, I don't think he expects me to. I'm Wallace. We're in the same media group together. We were just gonna have a
Stop. Oscar would have come here with or without you. Don't think otherwise. He's a smart kid, determined to. But he needs to tone it down. Keep an eye on him, okay? You seem like a good one.
With that, he walks out of the room, leaving me no room to respond and finally able to release the building tension in my throat. That man is terrifying, but I don't think he's wrong. The amount of swimming sounds almost obsessive. I follow behind him, keeping a brisk pace as I relentlessly scan every corner of the pool for any sign of Oscar, but there's not even a trace of him left in the giant room. He must have left already. I'm about to resign myself into walking home when I notice Selwyn near the entrance, looking through the full-length window of the exit door like someone's trying to work up the nerve to do something. Walking over to him, I'm able to see that he is wringing his hands and shifting his weight between his feet. He's staring out the window with focused eyes, so much so he hasn't even noticed me standing right next to him. Hey, you okay? He jumps and nearly smacks his head against the glass before spinning around, his panic-filled wide eyes sending a wave of guilt through me. His disposition is guarded like when I first met him, unsure of what to make of this new weasel that he can't even say anything to. I can't imagine what it must be like to go through what he does. There's a beat where he just blinks and stares until he recognizes me and relaxes. He still looks guarded, as if he's unsure of how he should act in the situation, but he still gives me a warm smile nevertheless. If Oscar's smile are like the sun, bright and all-consuming, then Selwyn's are like the moon, full of mysticism and charm. The thought brings back that icy blizzard of fury that roared over Oscar's face. I must have shown on my face because Selwyn's expression shifts to one of concern. I'm about to try and alleviate his worry when he gestures towards the door. Out the open door, I see Oscar standing just outside the building, leaning against a tree with beautiful autumn leaves. He's looking away, but I don't need to see his face to feel the energy coming from him. He needs someone right now when every neuron in my brain, every cell in my body, every fur on my body is screaming for me to go outside and do whatever it takes to help because someone needs to. Because someone needs me. But I push through those feelings down. I can't let my own desires to help cloud that Oscar needs right now. He needs someone he trusts and can confide in, not someone he barely knows. You should probably go talk to him. I think he needs someone. Selwyn doesn't hesitate, shaking his head firmly before immediately following it up by gesturing towards me. This action being so firm that I am left more stunned at his attitude than his request. But you've known him much longer. I've only known him for a few days. It should be you. The shaking intensifies, and he moves towards me. He grabs and shoves me towards the door, and even opens it without a single ounce of hesitation. I swear he's enjoying this too. Selwyn, wait! He doesn't, and I should keep resisting, but if he's giving me an opportunity to try and help, I want to take it. Not that I'm given much choice, as I'm forced to step onto the concrete outside with a clumsy gait. And now that I'm standing outside, right next to another building with students flowing out and walking by, I'm now very aware of the pink Speedo I'm still holding in my hand. Shoving the Speedo towards the lion, I can feel my ears burning up, and I internally curse whatever cruel god gave me white fur. He doesn't take them, though, instead just giving me a smile before winking and closing the door in my face. I'm left stunned as the door clicks into place, and I can see Selwyn walking away towards the changing room, giving me a little thumbs up as he does, reminding me of Oscar reciting Selwyn's flirting, and now I'm almost certain it has been Selwyn's own words. Okay, he's definitely not the cute, innocent guy I thought. Despite it all, I can't stop a smile from creeping onto my face. It's good that Oscar has friends that care that much about him, and who knows, maybe we'll be friends too. But I shake off this distraction and focus on why I'm out here, turning around to the same image that I saw out the window moments ago. Directly outside the entrance to the building is Oscar, leaning his forearm against the same tree with a distant look on his eyes. Unfocused, lost as it stares into the infinite depths of the sky. It's an expression I haven't seen before. I've been getting a lot of those today, but right now, at this very moment, he looks serene and raw. I've never seen him look so open. I always found Oscar to be a sincere person, and I still believe that, but everyone hides behind some mask. I know I do. But in this a single snapshot of life, I feel like I can see right into Oscar's deep areas of his soul. He's so lost in his own head, he doesn't even react to me approaching. Even now, at his most revealing, I still don't even know what's going on in his head, but I can feel the melancholy dripping off of every strand of fur. Sorry things didn't go your way. Oscar turns to me with a big smile, a switch so sudden that it startles me into taking a step back. Unlike his other smiles, this one feels fake. Overwhelmingly fake. It's something so incredibly unlike his usual sincerity.
What? Nah, it's fine, man. No need to stress about it. We can go another time anyway. Just gotta make sure I don't go that morning.
The chuckle he gives afterwards is hollow, a shell of his usual enthusiasm, and it's enough to feel unsettling. There's something so incredibly off about the way he's acting that it causes a pit to form in my stomach. Oscar, are you okay? You really blew up in there.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that, just stressed out, you know. I'm already over it. Don't dwell on that stuff.
A little bit of sadness bleeds into his smile. That sincerity is slowly running back into it. His eyes are looking at me. The usual beautiful shimmer is clouded by something. They look like they're begging me not to push.
Was hoping we could swim. Thought if we could take a dip, then maybe we'd feel better.
And as he shifts his focus back to me, the sad shadow of a smile fades into one of care and sympathy, the dark glint in his eyes vanishing like it never existed. I shouldn't pry into his life, not this early. He is probably just like everyone else, and I want to help him, but I don't know if we're close enough for that. Not yet, anyway. There's a rushing idea, a single powerful thought, a temptation fueled by an overwhelming and crippling desire to help, a way for us to get closer and make Oscar feel better. Would you, want to...
Wallace, man, you don't have to pity sex with me.
How did you...
I want you to try when you want to, not because you want to make me feel better.
But...
No buts, okay?
Oscar pulls into a warm one-armed hug, thumping me against his sternum as he ruffles at my head. Even though I'm being crushed against him, I can still hear him chuckling above me. It's a quick, genuine chuckle.
I want your first time to be fun, not because you want someone to not be sad. I'm not sad anyway. I'm already so far over it. I've climbed the next mountain.
After turning my hair into more of a mess than the average public toilet, he pushes me away and I nearly stumble from my force. With how gentle he is, it's easy to forget that Oscar is rather jacked.
You didn't answer my question.
Oh, I'm feeling better. A lot of distractions happened.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, you have to walk, you have a walking distraction right now.
That single stupid joke is enough to bring a smile to my face. Because that's so utterly Oscar, and I didn't realize how much I missed him being like this. I don't know what caused his mood to be better, but I hope he's actually okay.
Now, I don't really have much else planned. It's getting close to 4:30 though. Guess we wasted a lot of time. Do you want to hang out longer, or do you want to head home?
I think I'm feeling better. I should be fine. I'll probably avoid the diary tonight, though. I'm still pretty exhausted.
Unless you want to trip out again. It seems like a pretty crazy time.
Yeah, one I'd rather not repeat.
If you do, just think about me and I'll come save you.
It's just a stupid joke. It's just a super joke, but it fills me with a surprising amount of reassurance and security. It might be the way he says that with complete and utter sincerity, or the fact that his body is thicker than a tree trunk next to him, and either way, it helps. Promise?
Course! I'd crash through the walls and save you. You'd ride on my back as I'd swim you to safety.
You better. Even though it was only jokes, I feel like I did have a nightmare tonight, and that Oscar would have come save me. Would come save me, yes. Or at least, I hope he would. He doesn't seem like the type to go back on his promises, though.
Let's get you back there. Plus, I get to find out where you live.
I don't think you need to know that.
Never know. I might want to take you out to dinner and need to pick you up.
He says that with a what is this word? Facios tone? But that doesn't stop the dubious stare I gave him. He was hiding his flirting behind his jokes after all. Why would this be any different?
That's a friend.
That causes me suspicions to intensify. I am having the troubles at this very moment. Intensify, but he just laughs it off. He pokes my nose, and I almost lose my composure to a giggle, but I barely manage to hold strong.
Unless you want to go further.
I knew it.
What can I say? I know what I want. At least now you know I am into you, so flirting is a bit more meaningful now.
I ignore him and start walking home, hoping that he doesn't catch my smile as the heat returns to my cheeks and ears. I don't think I've hidden them well from Oscar because he follows closely behind with a smug aura of satisfaction. Alright, I'll end the part here, everyone, so I'll see you guys around.